Welcome everybody to a historic day. It is Nomad November 2025. And in honor of it being Nomad November, this video we're going to be hopping through every version of Blade and Sorcery Nomad that I can get my hands on. Now, I'm not going to be able to go back as far as PC players, but I want to go back to where it all began. Back to when fire was ugly. Lightning was powerful but light. Gravity. Just being gravity. There's been a lot of No Nomad November, and I'm sick of hearing about it. We gotta represent Nomad the way it was meant to be. So we're gonna be heading back in time. I started this channel 3 years ago. We're going back to where it all began, to the lost map of Nomad, the ruins. They completely overhauled this entire area. We're going to be going over 10.2, 11.3, U12 with mods and without. I want to go back to some of the U12 mods that made me who I am. It's a glorious day. Do me a favor and subscribe, stick around, and enjoy the history lesson. Now, actually, Warp Frog began as, I think, a single-person company, and it just sort of grew into something amazing. Man, these graphics are so crude. And you can actually play with these graphics with Nugget's new graphics mod, but it just feels different being back on this map. No mods, no significant mods. There were mods back in U10, but I don't think there were many for Nomad. Wow. I remember the amount of times I would climb up here to find enemy stuck on the stairs. There's something special about this place for me. Like I said, I have over 100, I think I have around 200 Blade and Sorcery videos set in the era between U11 and U12. And those are the ones that I filmed, edited, and uploaded, not to mention the countless ones that I filmed and didn't upload. One of my favorite things about pre-1.0 was the ability to hit people into outer space. See? Outer space. The unlimited waves that were lost to time. Let's head back home. Let's see if we can, Let's go to the canyon. No, let's go to the market. Back where it really all sort of just began. Wow. That truly is The amount of time that I spent here with terrible lightsaber physics, waiting for somebody to do the impossible. It had to wait till 1.0, but it eventually happened. But I've climbed out of many times and jumped into many times. Say hello to Mr. Well. I missed that. Yes, the market map is still in Blade Sorcery, but they got rid of the daytime version. Didn't even give an option to keep it in. I got to wave probably 13 or 14 in just like a single sitting. I would record 40 to 50-minute videos of me fighting. Not at all as good as they were now. The ability to hit them and make them fly like that just by yourself. Amazing. Captain America shield throw back and forth when there were shields. That's how I used to do my shield throws, guys. Wasn't as nearly as glamorous as it is now. I used to have to catch them in midair. Back before Crystal Hunt. Back before we knew what was coming for us. It's actually, I think it's pretty close to the year anniversary of 1.0 too. But we're gonna head on to the next version of Blade and Sorcery. Give me 1 second, guys. Here we are, guys. U11.3, and it. Oh my gosh, I forgot they used to lay armor out like this. Oh, that looks so nice. Let's put it on. Oh my god, there's a lever here. It might be the same stuff, but I don't know. It's been years since I played U11. Wow. Where are the pants? You know what? We don't need pants. Look at the graphics. Oh, the crack in the mirror. That's so cool. I'm so happy to be back in U11. Nothing much changed, really. It's all sort of the same stuff. Just bug fixes. But let's go ahead and head to the arena. Going back in time. I personally like the old arena. I'll be realistic. This shade of like sand and stuff like that, more realistic to me. I enjoyed these graphics more than the new ones. Not only does it run better when I'm trying to do a screen recording for my Quest, but when it updated, I had to take a long break from recording videos on Quest because it just didn't work anymore. Back when the common dagger was the only good dagger in Blade Sorcery. Back when cutting throats, you knew that you cut correctly. Wow. I'm so grateful to Warp Frogs. Come on! I forgot how easy the combat was. The combat used to be so much easier without all these AI adjustment waves. Go ahead. This is how I used to replicate being a Jedi facing Order 66. I used to grab a sword, slow down time, and block fireballs. Boy, I knew how good I had it, and I used the best of it that I could. And on the off chance that it would reflect, felt like a Jedi. I did that for over 3 years. And we got Emperor Palpatine in Blade Sorcery. This brings me back before Pizza Chicken had created Order 66. I used to watch endless videos. This is what us kids that didn't have 1.0 had to deal with. Magic used to be so different. You could still pick up swords and stuff, but you couldn't pick up enemies and stuff. Picking up enemies was added later. So the most powerful you ever felt was when you got a rock and a staff and you just felt invincible. And then there's the casual bop. Whee! Bop. Bop. Just the ability to bop people into the sky was never getting old. I just tried to make a fist for my hand. That didn't used to be in the game. Old combat system. No super slow-mo, no Hulk throws, just a bitch slap here and there. This was the best we could do. Wall up our hands and do like double punches. That's all we could ask for. I'm just reminiscing at this point. We'll meet up at U12, guys. For those who know, Lightsaber Legends, Lightsabers Core, those made us back in U12, guys. U12 was a masterpiece of lightsabers, and it took a while before we got it back. I still agree and think that this is one of the best of all time. U12, guys. Oh my gosh. The beginning of the end. We have Lightsaber Legends here, one of the lost mods. I used this mod constantly. This was like, this saber in particular, Arcane Saber, hit different. Back when the only miscellaneous item we had was a gaffy stick, where there's no collision sound effects. Back when there was no collision. We grab a lightsaber. I'm gently pushing, they're just sliding right through. And we go outside, brushing past this every time we used to walk by it, wondering, what did this thing do? What was it? How was it important? The amount of times that we put a cup inside of here. The amount of times that we would go over here and try and get 3 cups. People said that if you put 3 cups in there, something would happen. It never did. And the beautiful island. So bland and beautiful. Walking around it, just... no beehives right here, guys. There's bees in 1.0. Back when this zip line had no use except climbing up this mountain And for old time's sake, we're gonna climb up this mountain. Just to realize there's not much there. Climbing onto these ledges. Yeah, this is still in Blade Sorcery. But it hit different back then. Back when we explored the island because there was nothing else to explore. Everything was just there. And there was never any concern once you put this headset on. You just hoped to God that your mother wouldn't find you in the basement making a stabbing motion at the floor. The amount of times my mother would walk in on me doing VR and she would see me doing like stabbing motions. Back when this cave, we didn't know what this meant. Whoa! We theorized endlessly what this could have meant. We thought, oh, it's a portal to another dimension from which enemies flow. Oh, it's just the end game. It's a final group of enemies that we could fight and beat. We thought, oh, let's hover down here where there were steps once in 1.0. Now you have to climb to make your way up. In 1.0, we're reliving a story. U10, U11, U12. That's a map of a story that's been told. Now we're able to tell that story in any way we see fit in the greatest VR game of all time. Back when we tried casting fireball after fireball, we tried looping the fireballs through. Like, we tried to make them go through there and there to try and activate something. It was... When we finally realized there was nothing here, we climbed out, hoping that we wouldn't fall when we pulled this with our gravity. We would swing, feeling like Indiana Jones, because this was the adventure that we lived for. Exploring a cave with so many mysteries and secrets. Trying to make impossible parkour jumps that we knew we would never survive. Except we kind of did survive. Wow, guys. Back when it was a struggle to get up places. Warp Frog has made themselves a community. We wish we knew what these buttons did. They were only there for us. Back in the ruins, the most spectacular map of all time. The map that got away. The amount of times I came over here, scrolled down, and grabbed a lightsaber. This was the original Nomad Rim. And boy, did it look beautiful. Goodman lightsaber. We didn't know what it meant, but we knew it meant a lot. Back when lightsabers were kind of crappy compared to today's standards. But now we cut like butter through the limbs of enemies that once terrorized us. This has just been a big nostalgia. Wow. And now we move on to current times. Be right back. And here we are, guys, 1.0, the most recent version of Blade and Sorcery. You can really see a difference. It's quite spectacular. You got all the magic you could ever want. Everything just feels better. And I don't need to go super in-depth with 1.0. We know what happened to the cave. Everything sort of just exploded. Like, this is what we have, guys. And this is, by far, in my opinion, better. The only issue is we don't have the ruins anymore. And Town Square was kind of botched, in my opinion. I'll be honest. It's not my favorite map to go to anymore. The nighttime kind of ruined it. We still have the well. We still have... But, like, it's wider. This is a shorter opening. Like, I don't know if I feel the same satisfaction as I once did throwing enemies down a well. The mods that we have now are unparalleled to anything we had before. We had lightsabers before, and now we have the Nomad Ram. Come here, buddy. Like... we need to have a ritualistic sacrifice into this well. But this was Blade and Sorcery through the ages, guys. Many years, feels like yesterday, I started my channel for VR. And now I've moved on to this channel. I did YouTube for 3 years on my other channel before I decided to quit actually 3 months ago I decided to make the switch to this new channel. And in the last 2 months, the growth has been phenomenal. You guys are incredible. For those of you who have known me over these last few years, I don't know if there's many OGs, but for those that are here now, enjoy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Nomad is just a better place with 1.0 around. I will stick with saying, for the final words of this beautiful video, Quest comes out on top in my opinion. You can play on an airplane, play in a car, you can play at a funeral, in like a church bathroom if you feel like it. You commit unholy atrocities in a church. But hit that like button, everybody. This was a lot of fun to make, going back through the ages. I'll see you all later.